we don't know if this particular update here they bro no. EC boss so okay baby and some neighbor no we don't know if that is what is really going on. But then if you've been following what has been going on in town, we will say in the Saturday Pastor Jerry Eze or famous pastor in Nigeria who is known for to engage in prayers. Pastor Jerry Eze, who is known to engage in prayers. Funny say Nigeria for Alpha Hour. Pastor Elvis Ghana Alpha Hour no. Almost Nigeria no mo nipa o leadi prayers ni ade kofo corner line so kobon pa Pastor Jerry Eze na enida obagana ebe hosi program annual prayer conference or I just say nkofo bebre ekọ na yesterday nkofo be 40,000 in the Philly Stadium hall. But then we saw a video of one person say nipa na man for party said wait and then she was really working. She was working. Jumana na no inim so Usher so for said then you nipa make na say me Mensa. Now we'll be showing the videos because apparently maybe a twin sister Nasa or Seno, but then everyone is really talking about it. So the question is, why is this woman moving from prayer camp to prayer camp, or let's say prayer camp, one prayer camp, or bonfire for what? Has she realized her time is up for her to go? Because we gave you an update beginning of the year. Say, Mahama ba be mwa woman be di kan akọ. Woman key industries IGP ko. Chief Justice Eko. The next person now or that punuso or no so ne sack letter ne da ho Mensa. Before then, share atmosphere ni bia. In fact, before I share atmosphere, ne can share the video I can once because I know I'm private for this particular life I hear. Share video here back a bit.
To your left, Papa. Go ahead. Yes, this young lady came here with a pain in her shoulder. She testifies that she's had this pain for 2 years and she couldn't lift her hand. But even before you ask that they should do what they haven't done before, she started her
Therefore, so the person who know on the screen so Mensa to me, and also some people are more social media and also confirm indeed Mensa. We don't know why now she's engaging herself in the ministry. A good thing, baby more a believe she's doing this perhaps to get a miracle because Mahama eba buying so no almost scorecard no so for me say BD can sack you to reset the system back. IGP damper record. The second one was Chief Justice talk on the third person was here or also the sack no see the baby they are sent next year yes sacking go for baby magana for reset ne agenda. So the next person on the sacking bill Mensa. So we don't know if she sensed it and what to Asia a year Jerry Eze baby I didn't do it dear and will be tuning baby a doing it dear and this Mira, yes, we guess Ashi. Yes, video will be a babaka, a better so.
Down to your left, Papa. Go ahead. Yes, this young lady came here with a pain in her shoulder. She testifies that she's had this pain for 2 years and she couldn't lift her hand. But even before you ask that they should do what they haven't done before, she started her
for any kind of so nyamiko kruku be but then I just want you to look at the atmosphere because the atmosphere yesterday was really packed. And one of the things I also want to say before I start program we be about NDC for Edikai and the NDC government Edikai and Krataba said they are not going to allow people to do programs on the pitch. Accra Sports Stadium pitch and as a stadium wow they'll use the pitch. The whole issue came when Ghana last before your AFCON qualifiers who said FIFA 4 a release say pitches near use because some of the players were complaining because the pitches were substandard, and it was because Amanfo Buku from the National Sports Authority, somebody a programmer, they mess up the pitch. People come and dance on it. People come and do to sing praise. Maybe not church na pitch na I messed up, and you could see say they barricade the place to a program. There were questions and Amanfo Ibisa say and ye Chrome has say. Ena yedi information eba say no Accra Sports Stadium yen allow biema na and information eba say debi program na omo ye no they did it in such a way say all the obinya baby atna was stand but then bibia ye be mountain stage na kasa no ye mountain stage but then the pitch no one should go there. Me no can say the sports minister together with other authorities no the press release about in effect that this same program and EC boss Mensa echo and I check the atmosphere the course so and how the place was packed the babaka ye beto so. So that was the atmosphere, and that program was really packed. But then we'll come back to this particular issue again. But let's move on to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, because Minoka said this is one of the first major bombshell ever about His Excellency. Minoka say Mustafa Gbande, who happened to be a national security boss, one of our mumpini for them. I can't see be implicating John Dramani Mahama. This will be the first ever major scandal ever hit the NDC administration. And what's even more is that this particular scandal it can really hurt NDC because baby a fee bano a president Nankasa na sure ye. In some manner Mr. Gbande kokan Mr. Gbande akoye program be ebra Usher NDC for MP4 and odi etuja say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wa allocate say every month every constituency be a Ghana no for 20,000 cities and come NDC for headquarters every month it will calculation now be a constituency no crown you can almost 275 calculate 275 times 20,000 cities every month a command, and this is coming from the horse's own mouth because Sebi untimi nka say I misspoke ana one kasa na where then uyi boss no Uyu boss nama John Dramani Mahama, and trust me, from a channel corner, this issue will pick up. Some journalists will investigate it. If it is true, this will be the first ever major scandal of President John Dramani Mahama. You should video your
wife was not appointed, you yourself was appointed. He did so. For the first time, regional secretaries and few chairmen assumed the responsibility of regional ministers. For the first time in the history of our country, if you go to the regions, about 88 to 99 executives of every region have been appointed into government. And if you go to the constituencies, about 8 or 10 executives of every single constituency have been appointed into some office of government at some level. Today, as we speak, 20,000 cities go to the constituency every month to service the party. And it comes straight from the president. As we speak, if you look at form and shapes of governance and governments that get formed, Ghana have never had the kind of government we have today. The support we got were so diverse that it didn't just come from NDC people. So you realize that at one time he would appoint some stranger into our midst. At one
As if for Mr. Fagbandin, some of Hoka no no, Menoka say some NDC people, MP people have picked up on this saying say Echna and a this week party empire ebija papa because in some ewo and there are things to really talk about. So in some DAT for a same bibria at the end of the day, you know, we will definitely look into all of these issues, okay? We will definitely look into a year all of these issues are just at the end of the day, you know, in simple Rebecca wants you know it's so as share we are live. You can also bring in your comments, issues about discuss, you know, whatever you think about it, you know, you can bring it in, and at the end of the day we'll share it right here on this particular platform because Sebu and yes Sebu in same Rebecca asem. So straight up, let's move on to the other important issue of the day. For Sabra Minoka say, you know, there's an ongoing tension going on. Now, Usher update di kind of bro in that any nano pa and then before a life. We told you say in dano Donald Trump a post on the social media handle. Say reporter air party say Christians are more the northern part of Nigeria. No Islamophobia or from Islam extremists. They use they want to govern the whole world by Islam because almost say Islam the religion will be also abiding, and they use a certain code the same Quran but no extreme part and near the Sharia law into a more the northern part of Nigeria, which is predominantly northern Hausas near their Christians or more Muslim Christopher more together with a Christian community no you bora you kum Christopher and you kum the Christian community. The last time the bonko 452 Islam is from bora sorry and omututu omukunkum krofo adanya untimi nsum Yesu na sebi Yesu Christo no onye obi a also sum no Allah is the only true God. Inti science 7 na omoka no and at the end of the day omo hwe so di kum krofo na Trump reporting that said the omo ye na enye inti Nigeria for the omo ye na also omo ye bibi fa ho na he saying say akoso obi anya hwe fa na ono ntena se ema ye nkum Christopher etiefo ya no ensipo anope CNN the reports be about said Trump and the Department of War in the Pentagon akasa go bomb Nigeria for. Now you wouldn't even believe this, and that's at the point in time in some most of you be like, hey, asama muke the sebi enye no kra na say the better screen so you see exactly what we are talking about. Your faith is CNN, so just a moment you see. And this is causing panic. Say, Nigeria President Tinubu or the statement Abba as you see on Trump at the face said Trump on to me embe Nigeria for the your friend is saying South country, Iran ebe bomb almost because Nigeria a sovereign nation. Nigeria a sovereign nation. I said Nigeria for no more. They have rules and regulations, and indeed, ya won crofobia or omukunkum a friend is saying omukunkum Christians, but then Christians in kwan yekumomo. Inti ya kwa share Nigeria for no omo president Tinubu and also your friend is saying reporter or the buyer. But then as CNN for minim the CNN omo article there will say loading a delay sano. But then don't worry, your president Donald Trump or Nankasa in some of the two jano. We have it here, the better screen so not at the end of the day no we in some all come and how you said this particular thing a powerful warning to not just Nigeria, but also Ghana. Because you see, I know if President Trump can come into your country with his soldiers and do justice, it's scary. Now, you share the whole screen so where President Donald Trump is some of the two. In here, you will see at the point in time, like I said, they will enter the soldiers and the military of in America. They will enter Nigeria with blazing guns. But before they read, also if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. Until we can towards say, if Nigeria buy say oman hwe no man kan sa asem na yekunkum e Christopher ni adeade na ye be sorry na sensem na be koso akoso a e wo so omoti ase se omo obibi sia pa because intimate na ho e ma dan nyina no munku e Christopher e ade a it is not going to happen. Now far from that so no osanso etoaso say and may very well go into that and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, and to completely wipe out the Islam terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. And a Trump party says, and Nigeria for or man stop here, and I say they don't get their act together, they will stop aid. And then the first major threats out the mobile. It is the boy Nigeria for aid ni sika no be twaso. Second thing is that the US soldier for ebe storming Nigeria. No matter wipe outside Islam terrorists for now. Day in, day out, no. They go and kill innocent Christians just for worshiping God. Can you imagine? Inti Osanso also say we will wipe out the Islamist terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. And all parties see ano de sa wo mo me yes ade de be target you. To target these people more extreme Islam and extreme Islamists. And now me extreme Islamists. So we use Sharia law no kum Christopher because they don't understand why people even worship Jesus. Also be storming Nigeria or storming where or the one second be wipe your money if you. Now far from that too, in some sense so can say or instructed the Department of War. Department of War no the formerly known as the Department of Defense. Which is headed by Pentagon. Of course, CIA. Ghana has CIA and as a BNI, National Security. But Trump renaming it from the Department of Defense and the Defense Department Ministry to the Department of War. Okay, and now all parties say, CCA or be instructed Department of War to prepare for possible action, which means the sharp plan will say we will attack the terrorists in Nigeria. Remember, I said they are not attacking Nigerians, they are attacking the terrorists in Nigeria. Extreme Islamists or Christopher or be called no wipe or more out into a country Department of War. Into I say, I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorists attacked our cherished Christians. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast. And all parties said this time around, America for car, Nigeria for now, or police name, and you so the neutrals that baby or say yes sir, now they be they mean business. Trump said some of Kawa said it will be fast, vicious, and sweet. Yes, so no do a business and yen conform yes kona we you move from my back and was warning Nigeria government say Nigeria we are warning send ye ku Syria ye call Afghanistan ni Iraq ye kunkum kofo ni back obi anti en kan mo de South Africa po de de mu nishi satellite kra mu ni was a kro de mu e be fast and sweet. And I also warning say if a Christopher more Nigeria kumomu say there any Nigerian government no they should sit up. If you don't do anything about it, the US will do something about it. And Osaka said the Nigerian government better move fast. It is here we are warning now. President Donald Trump or the Akoma Nigeria for now. Nisaye muno the Nigeria president or tin is pen or say fast. Hey, aja mankasa mitiwa. ye be me bone anything or the press release aba or posti be our official Twitter handle or some posti be our all the social media handler why press release cry or kasa Tinubu na so sheriff because he will be the first ever sitting president in Nigeria. America for be run the crew to wipe out and I say do a dianka also and because what they be a Christopher mo nyeshwa be press conference. And now Trump saw baby be there, Muslim baby be a found. It's here would see in summer President Tinubu Obekanye, but straight up no or the same be etuja. Let us put this on the screens. It's way in summer President Tinubu on to an official Twitter handle. In fact, also a news press card as you can see in the screens no so you be with the press card no. You are question some of the reactions if in Nigeria for whoever. It's here for the that's no the official statement if in Nigeria government for whoever. America for more threatening to say they will enter Nigeria and do justice to the Islamist extremists or Muslim Christians. No, so I say Nigeria stands firmly as a democracy governed by constitutional guarantees of religious liberty. And Tinubu statement on Monday ban say Nigeria for no krobia omo estania on so use law and omo di ejuma and also no law no any democracy any in terms of democracy and in terms of law na constitution no it allows for every if it's a person religious affiliation obi etimi so nyame so most obi the person also be assume once onya de obi kunipa nkwan dia freedom of worship ewo ho and opa said Nigeria no they stand as a democracy governed by constitutional guarantees of religious liberty ne party say obi abetima assume the ope. And Usher said we said since 2023, our administration has maintained an open and active engagement with Christian and Muslim leaders alike and continues to address security challenges which affect citizens across faith and religions. It will part says see any day opesa okasa about niema ekos no opesa from 2023 no onu Tinubu na ban no omoni nkofo bebre akasa ebi a Christopher penifo na ebi Islam form penifo oni omo kasa about how almost citizens no anase Nigeria for sum nyame sum be Muslim be sum bosom yehwe how I bit my address security obintimi bora asori ana mosques anase or shrine embo tunkun because usum bibi yento say the characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant does not reflect our national reality, nor does it take into consideration the consistent and sincere efforts of the government to safeguard freedom of religion and beliefs for all Nigerians. And our party says, "Sema a bimu like President Donald Trump or Mokaso Nigeria for Christians or say they be a idea and no credit because making Nigeria to seem say Nigeria for the pay Christo for ewo mukrum in that word in English, any intolerant, religious intolerance, no say they be Nigeria for antes. Oba Nigeria in ye Hindu, in sum posum, in sum nyame, in sum Allah, ubiaye dioye, but then ebimu at the brana shomonsa, and no crown they addressing the issue. Yentra, religious freedom and tolerance have been a core tenet of our collective identity and shall always remain so. Okay. Nigeria opposes religious persecution and does not encourage it. And religious freedom. So it must soon be Nigeria for so. And far from that too, Nigeria krobia or more working each day in day out to make sure say obi biara usum nyame na usum bibi no obesum no freely obi ambe ye ohwe obi biara obey na je say oba be attack based on that so aban no Eden shisheye almost sounds so work. Isn't be as any man intimi NC and far from that too, they don't encourage say, oh, you Christian work or Bob Muslim too, you Muslim or Bob Christian too, because almost some they are awesome. Nigeria is a country with constitutional guarantees to protect citizens of all faiths. Our administration is committed to working with the United States government and the international community to deepen understanding and cooperation on protection of communities of all faiths, signed by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria for committed Nigeria government, all of a sudden, they are committed to working with the United States government to know how best at the end of the day, they can work together. Any one more year, Nigeria, one more year, day in, day out. So at the end of the day, all these things can stop. And I said, you, sumunyami in peace. And almost answer the two, just say, sa ekunkum kofu enye Christians for nkwa na ekumomo Muslims for ni bi ankasa na ye bura ma so kukumomo adanya extreme Islamists for no party say Muslim na omo practice enye correct Muslim omo pesa Muslim na emba enko school emba entimi nya doctor oba ebesha kitchen sa sharia law no mu use. So that is one of the things such as say so you can just imagine. Now me don't say Nigeria for be brave reacting to this particular issue. Nti yankwa one of the videos abe top no so one Nigeria social commentator or they to say Trump can so be man military about Nigeria no kofo ni age but party say anytime be America for ebe see krofufuro bi so no omo kwa ekrono enye yeda yenhwe Iraq yenhwe Syria yenhwe Libya America for ba okura death warrant yenkuti sa social commentator efene keke ye babaka ye beto aso.
US won't invade Nigeria with tactics. US won't invade Nigeria and they see the average Nigeria youth they celebrate, they rejoice. Many of them don't know what they wish upon themselves. You need to understand the tactics of these people. Anytime they want to invade country, they'll first cause division. And now they know they twist and say Muslims, they buy Christians. They don't put up for that place. Now that's division. Now when you are divided, it's very, very easy for them to strike. US don't they help any country. Then they can't take advantage of that country. If those people come into this country now, the one that they say may they come. If they come now, the Nigeria go worse past the way it be before. Nigeria problem never was reach where Nigeria not solve their problem by themselves. Even as Nigeria be, many of them never really go country where problem they. Even as Nigeria be self, Nigeria problem never happen. We never reach where we not solve our problem by ourselves. We not need the intervention of another country to go help Nigeria. These people now their tactics be that. What happened to Libya? That time they say Gaddafi do this one, do that one. They cry, may US come. Today, where Libya day today now? The way it did before and when Gaddafi did, we are better. What of Saddam Hussein? Saddam Hussein do this one. He get weapon of mass destruction. Today, one of the wise Nigerians. Nobody love Nigeria past you we get the country. Nigeria is for Nigerians. Nobody love Nigeria past you we be Nigerian. One of understand all these things so. Our problem never big past where we not solve our problem by ourselves. Oh, US not love you. They not love you past. These people don't cite something for this country and they bring every other thing. Nigeria get problem, yes, we know, but we can solve our problem by ourselves. You as a Nigerian, the best thing you can do at this point now, carry camera like this, not to criticize anybody. The same way I get opinion, you still get opinion. Make a video like this. What do you think about what they happen and Nigeria with they talk in your country? Because as the way they look and so, if this will come this country go, you know they see what they happen for all this. They play. Now when this will not come this country, you will call clear. You go clear. You go surprise you. Play from. They won't call make sure say peace day. They won't call make sure say they stop the kind of Christian from there. They don't they migrate. They do other things for the country. That's all these people been and their tactics be that right from history. So not be by English or go school. Check history. Make you see the way it be and their tactics be this. Make a video. Share your opinion. Tell them we feel solve our problem by ourselves. We never need them. Not worry. We don't need them now. We can solve our problem by ourselves. We are Nigerians and nobody love Nigeria past. We will get the country. Nigeria not get religious problem. We get insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Now what we get be that? And that thing where that comment where Donald Trump make, it's that thing, now threat to the sovereignty of Nigeria. And you as a Nigeria, if you not see that thing as a problem, that mean not really smart like that. A sovereign country now you they talk say if Nigeria not do this one, we just come in a sovereign country. Now this is where they talk so. Enter North Korea like that now. That place, you know, they allow people to carry Bible. They don't allow people to carry Quran or anything for that country. That's North Korea. Oh yeah, may US carry that. All of a sudden they love Nigeria past North Korea. If you as a Nigeria, that comment where Donald Trump right, you not see him as a problem, as a threat to the peace of the sovereignty of Nigeria, that means you're not really too smart like that.
Okay, it is some na HSA a year Nigeria phobia so or reacting to this particular issue. Say Trump are all kinds of storm no mukru no many in home because get no so a social media influencer a part in Nigeria a sovereign nation, which means say the Nigeria on person the mukru ni yebia or betim dia sana Nigeria phone team ko country America force munye si munjigate ma munjigate tum sa na muso muntimi be country a year Nigeria force Nkofo kunkum nkrofo wo a munyesi ama munyesi oside bi he used the west Nigeria a sovereign nation. So the back and forth in the tea for a idea a vivid a idea so and then a lot of people are reacting to this at the end of the day, you know, we are also looking at all of this issue at so because it's one of the things that Menoka say if it's in that a trendy pay people are asking questions. In fact, no one is happy to say Christians, but then also no, we need to be very careful so we don't put the laws into our hands. Sini ntimi ko country America for some and cancel gay. That's the same way America forced to me be country obi so on jiwe into man in jiwe into. And one of the things I'm for a reason is say yeah a better because they start off with this issue like oh yenko yesi ye ko Nigeria ko yesi before we realize na say educan no and I'm for paisa Ghana no I was say yeah or we need to be on high alert. So that is the issue at currently. All right, so so with this particular update. Minoka say, you know, abena or say asari or jene samba pa. If you following what has been going on at the public accounts committee, this woman is definitely one of the trailblazing committee chairs. She clashes with people. The previous clash was with a health auditor. It is a Ministry of Health auditor from Kulibu 37, and another clash was also. Recent clash was with the DVLE boss. Now, I can say, you know, this particular Abena or say Asare no, it's no news. She's now a thorn in the MPP's in the NDC's flesh because most of the people are only omushano omo appointees John Dramani Mahama appoint you so ogili omo sikana fahen udini say no I recommend this attorney general here then embechi so in a way it's pointing Mahama's administration appointees na Mahama administration appointees say omo corrupt omo nim di omo ye and because of that no NDC for be brave me no ka say nipa ono so back abe expose abena or say Asare Kevin Taylor not just Kevin Taylor me who say before I bear this particular update so me who say A plus so actually tin it's a woman or the shini three so pass who say woman na also okuta appointments obi be jan we nim na or catch us. I don't expect you to ask this question. If we say nipa ndi what meanwhile the same public accounts committee a opposition or GRA or so no so that's how you be a question no you told the panels any chair and they say I don't expect you to ask me this question. What I say now before I bet trust no if you can share the video I offer same way you know but I call share Kevin the brutal takedown of Abena or say Asare now yeah share a swift one of the engagement Abena or say Asare had with this particular MPP the MPP Abena or say Asare had with a DVLE boss His Excellency John Dramani Mahama while pointing out in fact it trended within this week let's watch this particular short video Babaka ekwa could see in Sama Kevin Taylor ekafa woman.
That is why I'm asking what kind of information are you going to put?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. We have.
So that is why I'm asking what kind of information are you going to put?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. We have data protection law, so we'll be compliant with that law. Currently, what we have is just going to be the same form, but now in a digitalized form, not going to be the paper form anymore. So we are not going to move away from the information.
And it's not going to have the user's surname on the.
It depends
on the number plates.
It depends on what the law says. We'll go by.
You don't tell me depends on what the law says. You are joining, so you should be able to tell us that the law says ABC. I'm asking you a specific question. Is it going to have the user's surname on the number plate?
We don't put names on number plates.
I asked a specific question. You said, no, we are not going
We
to
don't
put.
put
Yes.
I was wondering why that question. Sorry, but we don't put names on number plates. That's why.
You were wondering why that question.
Because we don't put names on number plates.
What are you telling me? People pay to have their names on number plates. And you sit here as a DVLA boss, you tell me you don't put numbers on number plates. Haven't you seen specialized numbers with people's surnames and personalized names on number plates for yes or no, please?
Yes.
So why are you telling me you don't put names on number plates?
So I can explain that.
Not that you can explain that. You don't expect me to ask you that question. That is what you said. You don't expect me to ask you that question because people do not put their number plates, their names on their number plates. That is a blatant.
Okay, so you could see clearly, so the heated back and forth confrontation between the DVLA boss, Mr. Coffee, and Abena Osiasa. It got heated, and this phone was a woman, you know, or cause a problem for the public accounts committee because periodically, you know, these appointees, Mahama appoints you, they have to go to the public accounts committee to prove their work. Okay, I say wo school no, Mensa, unya answer na teacher intimika say show working. And it's me fro Nana Bra said, go on the blackboard. How did you get X? Show working. The answer is 6, but tell us how you got 6. So you break it down and you show it. So the same thing here, Verti, they are scrutinizing these particular people, basically like an audit, parliamentary audit. Ayibisa, the sky will the then see. At the end of the day, because the state, you know, has interest in these institutions, the DVLA, the Ministry of Health, all of these places. But then clearly, woman or yaman in tone, and she's clearly she's a thorn in the NDC flesh, and her strategy is working. And you know, Kevin Taylor said, you know, we need to come in and straighten things. At the end of Kevin Taylor, I can't about this. Now, I'm not good. You know, I can't talk for Kevin Taylor. You know, you should be doing a better.
And why na basa say kokuo abetena say why are you asking me question? I don't say na basa bi. Wa basa say shine box. And we begina keka nkwase say one ne koye loco ni kuro mu a oma odi kuro fo ne betena so no. And we sit in Ghana we listen to such nonsense. Their credibility na sa asari lady no wa also betena TV so say ono question obi about corruption and integrity. This one. Abena or say asari. Krono kenofurata boy nyina get where the nim say shoebox yi saga we krono kenofurata boy nyina ono na deputize kenofurata onim ni nyina Ewurade Ghana anya tena ne amankwase afobi na we ne ono TV so interview nkofo so obi abokro no ono krono ebon na motiom gawe sa abrewa o sa abesiriwa o sa die we minim so abrewa o sa die yo we on an Ekenofurata deputy for 8 years. They are causing onim. Now, how can we allow such a person to be sitting there? Now, about your fiance shoebox. I don't understand. You, why are you saying I have to say to Mr. Yeah, Obia or ya Kromfo or Ghana. Then how can you chase Kenofurata and leave this one? Unless you are insane. Actually, Jimmy, how can you chase Kenofurata and leave this one alone? We were in this country, and I'm going to say, Ato Forsen was instructed by his boss, Setekpe, to sign a document. And Godfredamia, this is Yachia, and Ojele Ato Forsen. For Ato Forsen listening to his boss, taking instructions and seeing through the instructions, no. Sa Godfredamia, this is Yachia, no, Nana Achiano, and Ojele Ato Forsen. Way Eddie Kenofurata taking Kwasia, something na onim. Now, sa amani we have now say, or no obetro, ni show na basa se shoebox. Shine for box no baby esobu no na basa se shine for box na ye jiminti integrity be na we wa and the on what wa otutu obi anu so obi akowie sika kro no ankofo we boy we ai urade nyankopon we di 46 years be wa dania brewa wa ba brewa poso oyi ni brazil da ho be kume ho Onyini yo 46 years or me pet the same age 46 and never bomb age 46 I can't carry me 50 46 years uni na humi as on the woman wa twentwom wa babrewa wa bobon to match the new for say abrewa po so na we mu nam Ghana when the deacon of Furata 80 years. Otu anu etiem. Na yede na wodi kenefurata echi na wagya akwa we. Eye dan ena wodi kenefurata echi kan say kenefurata bokro no of finance ministry. Now we just shoebox way and then I'm Ghana so no interview nkofo. We did 46 years pe. Onyini yo. Menini jina wa baga say my girlfriend no me small girl bi a. Just say wa bo abrewa po so wa break it down. We break it down. Wa jregalization 46 pe. We di bronya 46 pe e wo wiase. Enso wiase we di bronya 83. We mu tete was say ono what we so be what do you do? And I don't me hwe na bodwe. I krobia nka eni abre anka wo ka wo dem. Anka wo si dross ba ko pe for 1 week na kwa shada. Wait. Na eye dan na wo ka kire me say krono akenofurata boy we onim hu bi pa. 46 years pe. 46 bronya 46 pen wedi wade po so abrewa po so wa bo abrewa wa dwerega me body video chiro no to kasa okasa wa bo abrewa po so se menana ai amanfregua bible people got my body ma me din menana amanfregua no fe ai wa bobre what is na ama afrenwa wey abrewa poso odintuma wa bobo achichide achi ntuma ahye nufu ase se na be obenya hip kakra eden nkuto afa ho na we mu tete Ghana didi nkwasi asem we di deputy finance minister for 8 years around the country way down totally we di bronya 46 pe o bronya we di wasase we so 46 pe we di Easter 46 pe Salah 46 pe ondi mruzo we di Salah bronya Easter 46 pe we hu e wo wiase Salah 46 pe Idil Adha we hu 46 pe Idil Ramadan Idil Fitr we di hu 46 hu more than 46 Idil Fitr. Now wait to work a conquest assembly at Ghana so na ya ma we kwan. How can we build this nation? Potential criminals, jailbirds today are acting as if they don't know anything about what happened in Ghana. Mensa, get me the local she went to build in her hometown. Or the deputy finance minister 8 years. Or when you come for some ye nine, almost at 2 manama parliament. Now one would take chromo de ye nine through a moho. Jimmy. Almost the sasika one crying, and a quiet local momo. On hene, or dicro, or Jimmy nominati local so na kokora. Mudia mo Jimmy saying in nine. Momma is in crying. And so, any brainty or 2 week na or 2 week na. Why is it Grace Jones? Unim Grace Jones. Mensa, get me Grace Jones picture. Hey, Mudia munim me on. Wey poso o 2 week na share it say gra etoa or to say Grace Jones. Why unim Grace Jones? Why Conan the Destroyer? Why Conan da? So why Conan the Destroyer who Grace Jones, the original Conan the Destroyer. Or 2 week ni say 2 or to say Grace Jones. When ni nya din a untumi mutu so. Din. Mr. S, get me Grace Jones picture. Now we're moving to what is some so Jimilization. Where the deputy finance minister and or no catch up say why the person is saying they were not expecting you to ask such a question. You go fool to pai on tiasia. Hey, no they don't know. BBSC adaya na bodri be pai adaya. Obi catch and say I didn't expect you to ask that question. Is that an insult? Because you said the same thing when you were being vetted like a chicken. The arrogance in some very ugly women in Ghana. The arrogance in ugly women. And then I'm a tiny. Last week, we need more women in politics. I'm say not every woman should be in politics. A dangerous woman and an ugly woman, when you give them power, only a dangerous chance scorpion. Grace Jones in here, wait, Mensa, I want the other one. me see o 2 week na ehye na anadwo be 8 uhuna o say Grace Jones onie Grace Jones ebia unim Grace Jones nie. This is Grace Jones o 2 week na oni Grace Jones pe unim Grace Jones ye ni mo bia copy photocopy o 2 week na ehye na oni Grace Jones pe unim Grace Jones unim red It's grave ya. 46 years old, only Grace Jones. Me see man in 2 weeks, you know. Grace Jones na da hono. Grace Jones, Jamaican singer and writer the model. Conan the Destroyer, Grace Jones na ne wom. Uhu ne toa. Ohuri tra pronko so a. Aisa match the day. Enya ye ni amachi the day. Amachi the day nya oba so your friend the day. Ohuri tra pronko so a. Aisa ya santoa. Den. Grace Jones ono no. Oto peje na beti. He. Kromfo te say wo. Me no wa ankamaka me toketikiti na twon akotena nchen. Una obebusa questions. Ken Oforiatta deputy ni 8 years. On na ho wan asa kotena wan. Ye ntumi check your system no. Ena obi be disika wi na no be che say morally on na nim nyansa o say obebusa questions. On na nim nyansa also obebusa questions. Mrs. Should we move on? Grace Jones nie, thank you. This is the real Grace Jones. Me chiramu. Mushia na makaza Kevin tell us how say Grace Jones. To we gina ni anhwe. Ngoto so nkwasi asem so Ghana. 8 years when another deputy finance minister. Enkwasi asem ko so na yete Ghana na yeso so. We na nko say ende menuka se nko gina yoku. Grace Jones no nie. Grace Jones. Onie. Oh, I got a wrong picture. Mr. Grace Jones nie onye when Grace Jones difference be ni wom only Grace Jones difference be ni wom catch me now to obe pija beti. Why are you telling me this? Why are you saying me say hey Grace Jones bro what say o to kiti say nkura ba what the Ken Oforiatta chi as signed document ebua Ghana ye nkan wasem any aye din ye show what say nya taban be keka nkwase asema kire nipa adentira because ye ne ye jimi wo Ghana yes so nkwase asema so ntira Grace Jones no Conan the Destroyer enkwara na wo 2001 munim de America in terms hey Kevin so onim nyoma o na onim de anim ye wi asika ko hwe film blue film ne wi asika ko hwe blue udi na onim de akọ Grace Jones no ma menche Grace Jones ni ye ebi o ka so Kevin ma men kura onye actor ena eye imtio sare no en on say ma menche Grace Jones ankasa ne acting skills one eye commando me see sa girl we asare we otu ne we ga oni Grace Jones pe onie we oni Grace Jones difference be no mani 2 we no Mon kanchire no. Where was here chiritum? She needs to be locked up. And then you go after Ken Oforiatta and the deputy, no, we are not going after her. But these same people, they were saying, say, atu forcing under instructions from a boss. Into Osankechi atu forcing tum. Now kwasi afu in Ghana say, omo nom de omo be check system no. Grace Jones way. I am waiting for you. Go for my charge.
It's Grace Jones. Do you know the funny thing? Usher Grace Jones now share Madame Abina I say sorry. Well, the verdict is on to you because I'm in trouble. Anyways, let's move on to other issues. In regards with the Daddy Lumba and the funeral, no back and forth be course. Now no more court so be champagne. Now they wanted full control to organize their funeral so but then that Lumba ni nuaba penny FNS na for so PFE court no obo 2 for time kese so ama enunti no ya from wa himfie sia no sensem na waka ntini impenifo bi na ahemfo bi omo menhia party say eyeni ntimi nkoso 6th December. But before then, again, a woman kaya and information about say ye need to mean koso. For those of you are munim in summer, a ye woman and Madame Faustina NS Ernestina for su edit 2 journal. Yen share this particular video we and nsɛm ni nyina ne kɔfa ba eni yɛhwɛ this particular video ye babaka ye beto aso
Bra, when I'm in council, I be John and you didn't say, Wafa, until the end, and I won't tire me, cover 2 for time, can't time, say, so what the one sucker chassis, no, now I'm a young chassis and cassa. What to be
Etiefo nti sansɛm na ɔkɔkae no ɛna sesia no ɛyɛ information efi Mensa ɛba sɛ ɛyie no ye freezy ɛyie no na yɛnkotie nsɛm a ɛwom yɛ babaka yɛbɛto aso
Lumba efiri mu na kyese ne nsɛm yi ɔmo kɔ court na ɔmo pie free hɔ no ɛna yehu sɛ ye Lumba sister panyin no edi ebusua panyin no akyi ɔpɛsɛ ɔne ne kasa but ye ma ne kwan nti wode eye kojan e de ato ne kon mu ene wo share eye ne black no ene we pagya ne nsa no say oka otufo ntam edigu no so nti oka nyina no didi eye busua pen mechi nti de ehu ya ne say papa bi gina no so wachi ne de dua aha wachi ne de dua nti woka sape na yeti so obi atem enti wo court ne premises ho no na eye Lumba sister panyin no okan ntam kese ne wo ho na sedi okan na me pese me bisa se ana entam na waka ne still eye busua panyin no betumi ayeyie na se agye se o maba himfie
otimi nya ye so pa e kwa himfie ya che maame ne de bia no e che se abeto ahenni mu
okay
bibi se abusua panyin ne maame no kugina ahenni mu ne maame no chire dieta o kantam kese no gu nso no o yentam no ye de prade
okay
ti maame no o pri bibi
okay
ya to see abusua panyin na kwa mu achire na bi
okay
so antam na ahen na abusua panyin be twa fare so
okay
ndi yi se kompanyimfo anim ikoye wura anim yewura busa ne senti o kantam no ebo abusua panyin na ache se ntamanya no
okay
yen kan tam no ho asem ndu abusua panyin no ntumi mfa ne san kafuru no
wow
otumi nya ho hwe no onya santene
okay
nti maamene de injunction na ato abusua panyin no so
wow
di se koye wura anim na yewura hwehwem wie oh he's the only person which may determine say maamene tam no ye papa ana ye pone
boni
boni dia no maamene de na gu no ma abusua panyin kwa no akoye de so then this answer dia you are between si amamre ni amane kwa so no wa ye de fata ma abusua no na amama no so akoma atode asa no tie ayeyi ya opesoye
na me pacho we de ye nyina ye sua de na me pese me bisa se ekọ ahemfu nanimu a de na ye ekoso wo ho
oh ekọ ahemfu nanimu a se maamene kantam o se abanti bi bechi ne dedua
ai o se opeso ohu de eku ne bra Lumba nti obi bechi ne dedua wo
ti dru ahenimu a maamene kantam ya chire dedua nti ekọ ahemfu nanimu a abusua panyin so so de boso
okay
no so ya chire dedua
okay
na fe maamene ka na sem na abusua panyin aka na sem
okay
na no trust ye hu se maamene asema wo kana bawo maamene asema ka abawo mudia na esi etie bu akọ maamene afa na abusua panyin ni tie de ese maamene ye
okay
abusua panyin so kana sem na de maamene ka no emamu a na esi etie abusua panyin asem na ebo maamene de egu da pepepe ni bisie
okay enti nana mesrawo enu sa na ahemfo be yesen netena se ne di asem no eye yewura ene na ahemfo anase ebia bebia ekro no mu fi no ahemfo ebeka ho ene omo tena se ne di asem no
se okani komu hentam de a nke krom hofer krom ho hemfo ne bedie
okay
na se ya wabo yewura ntam so no ikrom ne wotimi nka ho hwe wosuro
okay
izi o mind bi akra suro so obena no betum Okay. This could do you with him. Okay. You are my question, ni pass mercy way, Monko and cancer. Okay. You are my question, ni baby, you know, and I'm a sanko transfer and cancer. A hop and a seminal, you know, a bitra. As a yes, idea. No, I can't run time. No, Nicomo didn't come or he need be to me, can't want them that. And some get said, might be to me. So, the car, this all was free, you are hop. Because if it's something that not, you are Wadama, some can say be a top. Now, I be sharing your madison to me, but so, and come the Akufiti Makoka. Now, Okosra, Neura Marquan, no to Makoka, while Marquan or Noabeka, obeying the Pansa Momaka, Sunny.
Okay. Pacho, none person me saying so, Ebisa say, yet there was some call and you my edi how many days and a some neaka.
Oh, yeah, the call ya, that night the Becona, Sabi say him for night read ya, then I better amount.
Dana, a better.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It could do what? Say, actually, the drying fear you.
A drying fear.
A drying fear you. You said it's been say, feed your dear corner, you're better from your cancer. I'm an effort.
It's in Pacho said ya way acquire lumba and now so say, almost seminal war publica, ubia etcher na dream. Na me person business and nana, way dear Yankasa, yenana or say to Ankasa ne betsana a seminal na say, Obama him for fraud nuts in him.
Yeah, son, German. It be beyond you or Tremucon. Then pussy you and quackrana. Let me say, dear bro. So, Cotramuka, Samana, it is a dear rattle.
Oh, okay.
You were being a bill of a tassing the beer, it is a dear rattle of a pepper. This will be you, Bill, so you, Bill, so run a bit more. And yet, Nina will raho. But in same degree, since so many Nina, you raho, or Tramuka. There was some my hair or your him for be brave or country or yeah, a bant my honey. And I'm looking to be brave or you are between you some correct among cancer, no say.
Oh,
well, you are non time can say on the cherry pa onka.
Okay.
To be obeying of the can be to say you are not kind of a pet.
Okay. The Pacho, your days I canny days I ain't canna.
Oh. Normally, the name said, yeah, he fear hot a dead dear seven tradon yawada. And I need a big a seminal. If you could say the common Lumba, the common almost frequently. Oh, the crown only the Jatako near Cosay, Rasay, we have better reading one down the Maya. Let it be a yam or no more, Kufia Kusi, and Timinum said. Ya chiwo mu de bian de city be figure there could be a better one.
If it's awesome. Nana, you better say.
So that was in Sema, a two justice here, and clearly, it's evidence. A lumba ne ye, no, see from beginning of us a lumba ne ye, ne idea, intimate embasso. Because maameno anase enes na fosuno wakobo eyotu fon tam kese so apa mamre no was say yetna se ne kensem no and in fact drama we there is too much. We just want that Lumba to be buried peacefully, but unfortunately, in some of according to Ibusian for no, and some people was say making sure say I can't no and sana the because to be either aquaso. So in some no you need in some we are following it, and at the end of the day maybe making sure more updates as all of these various events to continue to unfold. Now yen koso and I to us honorable Kine Japan Kamiako say any beef with these men of God and certain men of God and in fact I feel kind of shemukina and one person Danny Denino or true no subtle jabs Bishop Nigel Gazy na and a prophet Nigel Gazy. Me no can say in Japan I could pay mu sorry Perez Chapel to be precise. Amodin Simbia kwa tuja kase. So for bi wo krom ha. Oye bonia okokan no almost settle ye ena nansin so for no san bi na no ene e catch so for no say hwe video bi wa ha wo. Video wa ha into ya hwehwe. you cram and this aban crab becho. Now you share the person because people are also see it in say Sani pay a can say me, and you be as a Niger Gazy. In fact, there were other men of God that definitely they were caught in a crossfire. But one of them, Niger Gazy, amount for a believers indirectly King Japan wanted or was talking about Niger Gazy because I see what say King Japan be the president of Kruma party, lie, and possible. They will use spiritual method, everything possible to make sure that back because King Japan, itia Yankupon ejuma. You share the video of King Japan is more many believe that it's just a direct jab. And as a direct one to Niger Gazy or the commander in chief, Bishop Ubinim. It for once again, yen share this particular video, babaka, betuaso.
These false prophets are making your work difficult. I also find it difficult to fully trust the man of God because you have a lot of your colleagues who are indoctrinating the masses, which does not help the country. Not just only the indoctrination, extortion. They extort from the ordinary church members by putting fear in them. I'll give you one example. 3 days ago, I went to my office around 12 o'clock and I saw salt all over the place. And I asked, what is this? Said, oh, a pastor came there to tell them to sprinkle salt all over the place. And if you really believe in God and you know the Bible, the moment a pastor tells you to sprinkle salt, it means he's fake. He's not a real pastor. So those fake pastors are making the genuine ones work very difficult. And I like him because he was the only archbishop who came out when I took on the fake pastors in this country to tell Ghanaians that I was doing the right thing. Others gang up. Others gang up and said, oh, he's Antichrist. They gave me all sorts of names. But I know that in my own small way, I was saving lives. Because some of the pastors, actually one of them took a church member's house and 3 cars and threatened the woman not to come to his house, the pastor's house. I took the house and 2 of the cars for him, for her. So who is the pastor now? Again, a pastor goes out there doing so many things with the church members, the women, which I cannot say here. And even illegally connected electricity to his church. When people come and give collections for him to make money, the electricity to his church was illegally connected. I made sure electricity company cut off the light for him to go and pay. So who is doing the work of God? You know, and recently one of them made a mistake. He wanted to run his mouth and they showed him few pictures. He went back again to apologize. So those pastors and reverend ministers are making the genuine ones your work difficult. But you don't give up. You have to continue.
It's for in King Japan, the 2 January, people believe that this is just directly towards a bishop and a prophet Ajin, a prophet Niger Gazy. And Niger Gazy believes obe respond accordingly to the need dear woman or respond dear nima obe move on. But regardless, no, Najagezi believes that all these pastors expose or more to him, no, and Fakwemo and King Japan or use where you say King Japan, your antichrist. But then in these same spiritual issues, no, many one person also trying to do social media kind of update Bishop Kwabena Isiama efene Ajagraja na Ajagraja edin simbi ebetu je say social media now comment on the post and as react na one react ye and as all kinds and as all criticize any ade echi ya print to picture na ya bu dia na de picture akosen kukum eno na manfo bi a start say omo ka ho nsem na no ma update say Mark ono so spiritualist so believe in nature no say one Ajagraja the face so far and the manfo e pass Mark ene wi ni beef no but nipa ba kwa ono so boldly no ona no aba betuma what question say adena Kwabena Isiama all this while no spiritualist for be aka wonsem you don't face they don't question don't bo mudua but normal person ebe ka wansem na ube hwehwan with eduabo well nipa or this answer me aba betudua one god yenko tie nsem odi tudua ba ebe to
nipa bia or spiritualist odumi enipa o media no so no wrong Kwabena Isiama jai enselfo na osebi udi o Ghana ha say no Ghana emebru emranche ne bebe na no udi agro bebe na so enim wiase bebe na media na aba ene wonya ando bi se baabi ene de amafo ka no mo so de AKB se wo pese obi be didi watema se wo pese nya wo ye no obi be ka Ajagraja memba media no so fa camera en tototo no ma so mimi to memba TikTok love obi be di batem
first cry
obi be di batem
David
na no abrante bi akọ print the picture edi ase eyimu edi mpanie soja o se na brabo Ajagraja wo jimi too much o jimi too much of am come say me pa me cho o jimi jimi na o jimi no jimi na Ajagraja se bi o jimi no because nipa o juma na o ye nipa o juma na nipa be fun de nipa be di watem de nipa so leti aw eti tumi be na anu na ma de bia no o di boni pedua edi se nipa a wo tumi fo nye nipa yie egu na asa sebi ekwan no ayare ene nanche da o che na o tira jimi mo osofo mayeka na udumi nipa no mesi we bia na papa ya edu eso kunkum nipa no the same thing ekwan no be ka wa da mo se mo maneka no be ka oni hwe owiase ala na ele ka wasma ya madumi ana ye kana sama eya amadumi ye me dumi ne hia me se onja saade no media no so de obaso nko ade a obebedi watem enye obia ne bepe wasem ana asama wo kana so no enye obia ne bejedi obia ne betie obi on ma ba ewiase no obete se the name Jesus no obewu age ewiase nkwa ema edusu no okwa heaven osusu Jesus ne ma ene ne yere e France oni mo ina Ajagraja so ni mo ina oni mo
France
ono mo kasa France
dina yesu no ka French
edam akoyabo etu na guso re bonko ni dua
It is ansem no and of course so you could see there are various reactions ubia eka wansem. So therefore idbc has say and we want to thank you so much for all the good things and at the time our joining here we believe Nyankopon boa we'll bring you nothing but the best because definitely we have a lot of updates and a lot of news pack here as the brewer. We are so much happy. So share the BC after this whole thing because definitely there are a lot of reactions that Obia wanna drink. So we'll come back to your screens once again and thank you so much for watching and joining us.